Hi guys, Cynthia here and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Cynthia's Gadget Closet, where we do unboxings and reviews. And today we are going to be unboxing the Diesel on FADELITE smartwatch that came out just this March, and I'm lucky enough to get my hands on this watch that I'm very excited to unbox. So let's get straight into this unboxing. So right off the bat, what we can see is this box that comes with this holographic sticker that changes when you move it in the sun, which is pretty cool. It gives you a really premium unboxing. I haven't seen any of these smartwatches in person. I only seen them at CES where they were announced. So I was very eager to get this smartwatch. So let's see what this is all about. I'm really excited for the whole translucent look of this watch. I don't know if you can see the sticker moving face. Diesel always has a very premium unboxing experience. It lets you know that the product that you paid for, it is a premium product. And surprisingly, this smartwatch is actually cheaper than the model that they released last year. It still costs more to this day than this one. Individually, it comes at $275, and it comes in this very nice leather box, which again, I feel like it's a very premium feel, and you can safe keep it in this box. And here is the watch. Look at this beauty. So let's get it right out and see if it has any juice and see your impressions. So right off the bat, I really like the plasticky feeling. So this is either gonna be really your style or not your style at all. I feel like it brings back my childhood pretty much with the translucent vibes on the band that says Diesel really big, and the casing that is also translucent, somewhat translucent. This is the blue version. They also have a red version, a black version, and a white version. And this blue version, if you guys do want to see the white version unboxed, please let me know as well. And let's see if we can turn on this watch. It does operate with Wear OS, and of course you can connect it either to an iPhone or Android, Samsung, but it will have more functionality with Samsung, of course. So let's see. And it looks like it does not have any charge, so let me go charge it real quick. But before that, let's see what else comes in the box with it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna have the same charger that all the other Fossil branded watches have. Of course, this is a Diesel branded watch which collab with Fossil. It is actually Fossil making all these watches. So let's see. Yes, and it does have the fast charger that my Armani watch has, Puma, Fossil, like Michael Kors. Like I said, all these watches use the same charger, which is very nice if you have multiple watches and you're always losing chargers. Then this comes in very handy, and it does charge in less than an hour. So I'll just cut right back when I'm back with the watch all charged up. And we are back, guys, with the watch all charged up. Now, I did take a few days because for a change, I wanted to experiment with the watch for a few days before I come back and tell you guys some of my opinions on the watch and what do I think about the overall performance. Now, I'm not gonna go into details because this is mainly just the unboxing and first impressions of this watch. So if you guys do want a video on specific details on this watch, then go ahead and just let me know. Now, one of the first things that I already did mention, like, it does come with a fast charger, so the watch charges up in about an hour to full charge. Now, if you don't connect it to your phone while it is still on the charger, you're gonna lose about 10% of the battery, which brings me to my next point. One of my big issues about this watch is the battery life. I mean, it is advertised as 24 hours of battery life. With normal usage, if you're not in some special power mode, which you can take special power modes, it has time only, or you can customize what you want to turn off to make the power last longer. Now they do advertise if you put it in power saving mode that it can last up to 48 hours, but again, that takes away from the smartwatch feature, because technically it is then just a regular watch anymore and not a smartwatch. Now we powered on the watch, so I'm gonna show you guys some of the features. Now as soon as I connected the watch, it was very slow and laggy, and I didn't understand first like why this is happening. I would try and change the watch face. It makes you go through the tutorial to begin with, like just so you get customized with the swipings and whatnot, but I could not get it. The watch would constantly be crashing. It would disconnect. Like I had a lot of issues with the watch in the beginning, and then I remembered that this was the same exact issues that I had with my other diesel watch, unfortunately. So after about leaving it for about 5 hours or whatnot, I left it on the charger. I got tired of messing with it. Quite honestly, I was a little bit disappointed about the performance, as I stated already that I was so excited about this watch. And now I will say I haven't dealt with such a lagginess like that first initial lagginess was. Now let's take a look how fast, let's say, we can go through the menu. Now it does have a crown, a digital crown. See, that's one of the things. It goes back into the screen off very quickly. So here we are into the menu. Here's your digital crown where you can scroll through all the features. You can add some new apps off the Play Store. Now I do have it connected to an iPhone. You can use it with iPhone or Android. Obviously with iPhone there will be some limitations, for example like not being able to reply to text messages. Some apps will not be compatible if you're using it with an iPhone. Now one of the cool things that I've seen, it has diesel specifically has these diesel effects. So if you click on diesel effects, so it lets you pick between through some effects. Watch the weather mode. So weather mode, it pretty much gives you some thunderstorms or whatnot. Like this is kind of like a subtle way to alert you without actually alerting you to stuff. Then they have activity mode where if you are not moving enough, the screen gets dusty. And then they have do not disturb mode where pretty much the screen cracks if you get a notification, so the notification doesn't actually pop up on your screen. Now I have had this mode enabled, yet I mean it hasn't worked out. So I don't know if that is with the specific watch face, that specific watch face, and I've been using this watch face. And which brings me to my next point, watch faces. Now there is quite a variety of watch faces that you can choose from. Only 2 new watch faces that are specific to this watch itself from the different diesel watch that I had. I pretty much had all these watch faces as well, except these 2, the diesel, this diesel watch face and the world diesel watch face, global diesel watch face, which are cool, but when compared to, for example, my Armani smartwatch, which comes with like 20 watch faces that you can customize and play with and change the colors, it is quite not as big of a selection as I would want it. And again, now this does have the always on display, as you can see. But surprisingly enough, with some of these watch faces, like the Frankenstein, for example, when you put it and it goes in power off mode, it will not show the diesel logo. Most watch faces, you would think they would show the logo whether the screen would be turned on or turned off. But for example, like you can see with this Frankenstein face, it does not show that. Then you can just tap the screen and it will randomly give you a different color combination, which I do think it's cool. But at the end of the day, I do kind of want the whole diesel aspect of it shown. And which takes me to the actual looks of the watch band. Now it does have diesel plastered all over the band. It goes from dark blue up to light clear transparent. Diesel is also on the buckle, which is supposed to be stainless steel. Diesel on the keeper of the watch band. It has the Diesel logo on the side of the crown. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's supposed to show the Diesel logo, and then it also has the Diesel logo on the side of the watch. So it's not that people won't know you're wearing a Diesel watch, because it's definitely blasted all on it. But for the color itself, from the advertisement, it does look a lot more blue in the pictures than when getting it in person and actually having it on your hand. Compared with your skin, almost looks like a black watch instead of a blue. I was hoping it would have more of a teal color, since teal is my favorite color. Now, another thing that I did want to mention that just blew my mind, as I took it off to clean the watch, I have noticed that the watch actually pops out from the watch band, which was very unusual. Initially, I thought, hey, like, is this a defect or is this normal? Now, I do think this happens so you can clean your watch. I haven't seen any information about it online when I was trying to find out more about it, because again, like, the watch is very new and I haven't seen a lot of other actual in-hands reviews of this watch. And I do regret a little bit picking the blue color over the clear, because like I said, I kind of believe that it would be a more blue tealish color. Now, I can tell you guys some basic information about the watch just to see if it's a good fit for you. Like I said, I'm a little bit disappointed in the watch. It is not exactly what I expected. I was so excited and waiting for this watch to come out. The watch is slightly laggy. The Wear OS does disconnect randomly, which I know that it has to do with the Wear OS app itself and not the watch, because I do have this problem with all my other Wear OS watches, and of course I am running it with an iPhone, which is even more unusual. But I mean, some characteristics I want to tell you guys, that this does run with Fossil's newest 3100 Qualcomm chipset, which is the fastest they have on the market. Now, it does come with 512 megabytes of RAM, which is kind of mediocre for the market. You can get 1 gigabyte of RAM watch, but not in this style, obviously not from Diesel. But those watches are gonna start costing you upwards of the $1,000 instead of $275, like this watch specifically, which if they up the RAM of the watch, it would be faster. And I was hoping that in 2020 we would not see 512 megabyte watches anymore. This watch does not have a speaker, so you can see incoming calls, but you cannot pick up conversations. Of course, it does have Wi-Fi notifications. You can connect it to the internet and whatnot. It does have a heart rate tracker, which is the Fossil standard heart rate tracker. I wouldn't say it's exceptional, but it's not below market either. But if you are a fitness focused watch, I would go more towards an Apple Watch, again, especially if you have an iPhone, or a Fitbit, which is more of a health tracker rather than a smartwatch. This is kind of combining style and health. Now, this is the 44 millimeter screen. The watch bands are 22 millimeter watch bands. If you're looking to change the watch band, I will say that it does feel like the actual plasticky material that it's made out of, it does feel like your hand is suffocating a little bit. But again, this is either your style or not. I will say I got used to it after a while, but that did take a minute to get used to it. It is swim proof, so you can take it to the water, which is great news, especially since, like I stated before, I live in Florida. So one of my hobbies is going to the beach and being outdoors, and it will track your activity. It does have built-in GPS. You can manage your calendar. You can control your music. Obviously, like I showed you guys a little bit, customize your watch faces. It does have Google Assistant. However, as I stated, it does not have a speaker. So if you are asking Google Assistant any questions, it's gonna appear on the screen as a kind of like a text message. It's gonna be in writing, which honestly I don't mind. I don't want anything I ask. Maybe I am asking some personal information that I don't want the whole world to know. Maybe you're in a busy room, you don't want everybody to hear the answer. So I don't quite mind that, even though a microphone would be nice, obviously, so you can pick up phone calls and whatnot. But compared to my Armani smartwatch that does have a microphone, the price is significantly lower. My Armani smartwatch released at the end of last year and is still at $375. And this one, brand new, released in 2020, is $275. But then again, the internals of the watch itself, I don't feel like they are updated than from what we've seen last year, which I wish we could say that we are improving instead of staying at the same level we have been for quite some years now. So just to recap some pros and cons about this watch that I feel like are important. Some cons, obviously the most major, biggest con to me is the battery life. With normal usage, I have gotten out a maximum of 8 hours, and that is being generous, which is nowhere near what diesel is promising you. Another con is the lagginess of the watch. Like I stated before, in 2020, there's no reason that a watch should be this laggy or that we are not making any improvements other than aesthetical, which brings me to my pros. If you want something to stand out, you want something fresh, a new look, this is the watch for you. Again, it does all your basic functionalities moderately well, and it is a very nice looking watch. People are definitely gonna notice you with this watch on. I can say that I got in a lot of questions about this watch wearing it. And another thing, the size of this watch, Diesel really went out of their comfort zone with this watch, when mainly with all their other Diesel watches, they've targeted men only with those huge watches that they have. This one is more of a unisex approach. They want men and women to enjoy this youthful look, I would say. So guys, if this video helped you in any way, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to this channel. Go ahead and comment down below any questions that you have, and if you guys would like me to unbox the clear version of this watch. And again, if you want to see anything on this channel, please go ahead and let me know in the comments below. I would be very happy to make that video. My main priority right now is growing this channel and connecting with you guys, my audience. I really appreciate all your support. So please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you so much, guys. I'll be back with more videos. Peace.